Hero time starts now.
Hey, this is Steve Cardenas, Rocky the Red Ranger, and you're listening to Ranger Recap.
All right, so back at it again. All right, check the systems. Looks like everything is clean, no hacks. Firewall's working.
And we have a Dave machine, so if Dracon tries it again, he gets daved.
Yeah, the anti-hacking Dave system seems to be working just fine. That goes double for you, Doomslayer.
There it is. He tried it and he got Dave. There it is. Yep.
Just never learns. All right, so we're ready to actually have a classic episode this week?
Let's spin the wheel and make the deal.
All right, let's do this. Randomizer, away! Well, looks like we get to kick some demon ass tonight. This should be
Hey,
fun.
we got a good one.
Yeah. All right, cue the intro.
Take you down. And as long as I exist, there's hope for the world. Hope for the world. Hope for the world. Hope for the
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Ranger Recap, the only Ranger podcast with the balls to say that every bathroom is a trans armor cycle bathroom for these Rangers. Yeah, I read the Netflix description and I went for it.
Yeah. You know what? It works. Whatever works, it works.
I was going to go with the sweet trans armor, but nah, it doesn't work.
All I'm gonna say is TV's Frank for the win. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yes. Anyway, let's get the intros out of the way. If you're using this episode as a jumping on point, and if so, what the hell were you thinking? Anyway, I'm Easy Rider. That's the Shades. That's Matty Jay. Oh, there's the beep. I shall return.
Can't rift on an empty stomach.
Nope. Also, I'll leave it to the words of the real life Peter Griffin as far as the following weekend.
Hi, Pete Thor Griffin here. You know what really grinds my gears? Movie spoilers. I'm about to go see the Avengers, and if anybody spoils it, I will fart on you harder than I ever farted on Meg. There's a reason they call me the God of Thunder.
Oh, God damn it.
That being said, spoil, get farted on, get daved, and appropriately get banned.
Pretty much.
I'm going to see it Saturday afternoon.
I'm going to see it tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, me and the lady are at least going to have to wait till Tuesday, but we are going to try to see it this coming week.
Yep.
So, spoil and die!
But let's save the Avengers jokes till we get to the episode. Don't we have some news to go over or something?
Yeah,
We do.
let's take care of business first, obviously.
Yeah, we do have a bit of news to go over here. Actually, before we get to the main news, I wanted to give a shout out to the crew over at Hyper RPG, who, of course, a couple days ago had the big season finale of Power Rangers Hyper Force. Who actually watched that? I know Maddie and I did.
I know I did. First off, hi.
I saw it, still have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, for those wondering, the folks just arrived, and they decide to boo. Hi, try to startle me when I'm doing a show. I said hello.
Yeah, maybe we should. Yeah, when you get a chance, Maddie, maybe we should hit that Simpsons button for old time's sake, just one more time for Hyperforce.
One more time. You know what? While I set this up, I will say this: shout out to Malika Lim or Lynn Lim Lime. The DM, the game mistress, I guess you could say, who did a good job, and whoever the dude is, I always keep forgetting his name, but he did a good job.
I could be wrong.
That's why we have the button.
That's what.
'Cause we don't know what's going on.
No, well, for the sake of completion, of course.
Brilliant. I have absolutely no idea what's going on.
But I will say this: shout out to Malika, who dressed up as Rita Repulsa, full cosplay, including a makeup suit. Well, actually, the whole costume was made by Stella Chu.
It looked fantastic. I will not lie.
World infamous cosplay lady.
Let's just say you get your money's worth.
Yeah.
Oh, Malika looked amazeballs in that costume. Matter of fact, if she goes to Power Morphicon, she one day in that costume, calling it now.
We shall see.
Well,
see.
the two of them said they were going to be at Morphicon. Maybe not as official guests, but they will be there.
We will find them and hug them and or buy alcoholic beverages. Vote
Yeah.
Quimby.
But we will have to talk to a certain somebody who will be discussing here in a minute about his time on Hyperforce. But we'll get to that when we get to that. First of all, we got to get to some news. And it's all con news because this, once again, it's convention update time for both our conventions. First, it's Morphicon update. Another whole wave of guest announcement has been made. However, I checked. They have not updated the website. This is all on their Facebook.
Yeah, they say they'd be a little bit more active on Facebook. Just saying.
Tad. Just a tad.
That explains why it takes forever to get press passes. Just saying.
But nonetheless, I do have.
I appreciate the passes. No ill will.
Yeah.
Oh no. And I think at this point, we're all set except for the obvious stuff. But we are we're completing the setup.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, trust me. Me and Matty will be there to cover any and all news we see there, and it'll help that I'll have some backup this time because going in at solo, not fun.
No, I can understand.
I
that
will have the
completely.
Instagram and the Facebook page will be updated with whatever we can.
There you go. All right,
Yep.
so let's
and
get
of course
to
we'll have the camera and microphone because we want to get the money shots.
Dude, I'm bringing the laptop and webcam. We're definitely doing some updates, or at least what's or yes,
something.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe even some game crew. We'll see.
We'll see. Let's get to these guest
we
announcements.
shall find out.
Let's
We
get to
shall
these
find
guest
out.
announcements.
But that's
first,
another
though.
story.
First up on our guest announcements list, we're gonna go otherworldly here.
You may continue.
Yeah. Anyway, so for our first guest announcement, we're going otherworldly.
Hello.
Hello.
Check. Oh,
Oh wow. 7
Did we-
minutes.
God damn it,
going-
Discord yeah.
7 minutes in. Take a shot, folks.
I gotta put the botch counter on here now.
There's your botch. There's your botch for the night, folks. Take a shot.
Yeah, Discord botch because it won't let me talk until I have it like open or as active window. It's stupid. Anyway, first guest up on the list tonight. We're gonna go a little otherworldly here with our first one because we got an alien ranger. We got the lady in white, Raja Browdy.
The thumb is up. The thumb is way up.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, come on. She's no Surahime. Let's not mince words here, but it's still badass.
Hey, still badass. Don't
I
knock
just
it.
said that.
Hey, besides, it's your favorite season, Maddie. I'm pretty sure you're amped to meet her.
Very much so. Yes.
Anyways, second up on our list, who's up for some buttery toast?
Oh boy, here we go.
Matt Austin, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
Good old
boy.
Bridge.
Another chance to get an interview. I hope. Let's hope the interviewing conditions are better here than they were at the Pasadena Convention Center.
Yeah.
All I'm going to say is that we walk into the breakfast buffet and all the buttery toasts are gone. We know exactly who to blame.
Next up, we've got actually two lovely ladies from the dark side. Well, one's kind of 50-50. And they both have the same first name. It's the twin Katarinas, Katarina Divine and Katarina Brown, from Power Rangers Ninja Storm, and Divine also from Dino Thunder.
Mara and Capri and Cassidy Cornell. 3 for the price of 2.
There you go.
Yes.
It's 3 for the price of 2. For a new car, a couple of things you're probably not going to think about because the new car's right there going, yay!
Let's see. I had a crush on them both when I first saw Ninja Storm, so which one do I go after? I'll take them both! I'm hardcore!
I saw that coming.
Yep.
Had to make the joke.
Oh, yeah. Of course. Of course. Still.
I'm excited we're getting Cassidy, but we got a few months. It might be plausible. I'm crossing my fingers, but I hope we get Devin too. Complete the set.
Oh yeah. There you go.
Devin's my boy. I identified with him so much.
Yeah, I don't hear his name come up on the con scene very much, admittedly.
I know, it's sad because you kind of want to get it's like Bulk without Skull. You want to get Cassidy and Devin.
Yeah. Well, maybe Katarina can get him on the same management team since they all kind of seem to be in that clique together.
Maybe.
Anyway, next up, we're going to go old school. I'm just going in the order of announcements based on their Facebook page, so this is going to jump around different seasons, so forgive me. But next up, we're going old school. Or at least as old school as she can go. Karen Ashley! Time to boogie
Always
the
a
bear.
pleasure.
Time to boogie with the bear again.
Karen, always a pleasure.
Oh, absolutely. She's a sweetheart.
She is.
Karen, you still owe me an interview, girl.
Yeah. And Dear Crystal, yes.
Yes. Hashtag the
search for Lieutenant Stone.
Yes.
Year's not over yet.
Nope.
And speaking of lovely ladies, Easy, you're going to be one happy son of a bitch because your favorite woman is in the house, Erin Cahill.
To the surprise of nobody. I am so glad I don't have anything for her to sign this time. Well, my copy of Shattered Grid Power Rangers number 26, aka Shattered Grid Part 2, hasn't arrived yet in the mail, so I might get her to sign that. And yes, it is that beautiful one with Time Force Pink jumping on the cover.
Of course, because what else would you get?
Well, yeah, but they had so many other variants, but I saw that and I'm like, I had to have this. I'm still looking for the Time Force cover for the first Shattered Grid. That is hard to find, but might get her to sign that. I mean, just like, hell, I'd like to have a poster of that plastered on my wall. But yeah, I imagine her line's going to be longer than usual this year because of that.
Yeah, the Hyperforce hype might help a little bit, yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, next up, we got a little behind-the-scenes guy, one of the guys that helped production for Power Rangers SPD, a guy we've actually talked with before, Greg Aronowitz.
Aronowitz.
That's it. Can't talk today. Yeah, Greg
Good
Aronowitz.
effort. Good effort. Have some steak.
Yeah, indeed. Also one of the guys, yeah, so he's going to be coming there. We've actually had the pleasure of talking to him when we interviewed, oh, fuck. I forgot his name.
Uh-oh.
SPD Blue.
Chris Follett. Chris
Follett. There
we
you
interviewed
go.
Chris Follett on Skype. We actually had Greg with us that day, too. I remember
I believe we did.
Yeah, I remember that. Really cool dude. Really cool dude.
What do you see the stuff he brings to Morphicon, Matty? It's always awesome to look at.
I'm looking forward to looking at it.
Anyway, next up on the list, I know Father's Day is a little early, or it will be a little late by the time we get to this, but Daddy's going to be in the house. David Carr from VR Troopers.
We found Ryan Steele's father, Matty. We found Ryan Steele's father.
We found him. Oh my God. You have no idea how hard I've been like, dude, yes.
Folks, I had recorded a thing for my eventual VR Troopers review with Brad Hawkins, but I kind of want to reshoot that now that Tyler's going to be there.
Oh my!
I kind of just want to walk up with him. It's like, hey, I found your dad. He was in the coffee shop waiting for you. It's like, hi, Ryan.
There is a big part of me that goes, all we need is Sarah Brown.
Yeah, complete the set. Complete the set.
Yes.
Come on, Sarah. I know you're the bigger star of all of them, but come on.
Especially since Tyler played it. Well, not so much a trooper per se, but he was a big-time villain on the show.
Yep. In fact, they actually use his villain form as part of the promotional image.
Yep.
Now, next up, this one's going to surprise you. We actually have an Overdrive Ranger coming. And no, it's not him.
Thank God.
Fuck.
Caitlin Murphy is coming to Morphicon.
Ronnie.
Overdrive Yellow.
Yep, Ronnie Edwards.
Ladies and gentlemen, they were smart enough not to book the asshole.
Oh, you think Morphicon would ever bring him back after what he pulled with them?
I'm going to say this right now, people. Don't go up to her and bug her with Samuel Benta questions.
No.
Do not be that dick. Do not be a dickhole about that. Please. Just like, oh, you know what your co-star did, right? Swear to God. We will go Wade Wilson on your ass.
Seriously,
If you do that again, you will find out in the worst way possible that we have some hard spots. That came out wrong.
Or did it? All right, you know what? We'll put it this way. If I find out that any of our fans bugged her about Samuel, you will be banned. We will not tolerate that shit.
We'll be there. We'll be watching.
We will tolerate hugs, kisses, or alcoholic beverages.
Yeah. You can talk to her about the show. You can talk to her about her time since. You can, autographs, pictures, whatever. But if one word of Benta comes up, your ass is grass, and we're going to smoke it.
Actually, I have a question to ask Caitlin Murphy. What was it like working with Thor and Disney before they bought Marvel?
That's what I'm talking about.
And Loki. That show may be garbage, but you got to admit that episode was funny.
It was. Also, wait a minute. That was Thor and Loki before them? Yeah, I think I got the shaft.
Oh my God. Yes.
Which is funny, which is a funny double entendre because she's a gearhead.
Exactly.
Oh.
See, folks? Smart jokes. Ike comes up with them.
Yes, intelligent jokes. We has them.
Yes.
Moving on. Where's my blue crew at? Because
BWO.
Yep. We're shifting into turbo. Blake Foster's in the house.
From one car show to another.
Oh, ironic. Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, we've met Blake. Really cool dude, at least to his fans.
Oh, yeah.
But we'll move on to somebody who is cool to everybody. Really chill dude, and a guy we've had the pleasure of meeting back at our first trip to Ranger Stop. The green and black, Azim Risk.
Oh, you know what this means, right?
Yep.
He doesn't have that NDA hanging over his head anymore. I can get another chance to get him to do the troll say.
Damn it, go say!
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, one day you're just going to have, you're going to do with the joke. There's a simple explanation for that pops up, and you're going to have all 6 of them shouting it at the same time. That's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, I'm going to try. I can't say I didn't try.
That is the goal.
I still need to reshoot my one with Andrew Gray. It's a little messed up. You saw it in the Metallics review. It's not how I wanted it to come out, but I got Sierra. I need to get the rest.
Yeah.
I will try to get Christina at More Phenomenal Expo, but no promises.
You can do it. You can do it.
You can do it!
And last up on our list here for Morphicon, she's already on her way to Ranger Stop, but she's got to take a stop over in Pasadena or Anaheim.
Anaheim.
Cali.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, Anaheim. You just gotta make a stop at Anaheim. The Empress of Evil herself, Barbara Goodson.
You mean the lady who voiced the other witch, and Rita Repulsa, in that adventure that was bizarre.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. For those who don't know, Barbara Goodson does do some voice acting afterwards, and she does have a voice role in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stardust Crusaders. Trust me, the first time I heard it, my jaw dropped. I was like, wait a minute, that voice sounds very fucking familiar. Click, 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 click.
Oh my God.
When you see who she voices, it's like, okay, here we have the Empress of Evil and Rita Repulsa here.
Oh man, that blew me away. And I've heard her voice pop up elsewhere too. I mean,
Yep.
when you hear it, you hear it. You're like, oh, I hear a Rita. Fuck.
You can't unhear her. You hear that voice, you'll instantly think, cripes, that anime chick's got a headache now. Run!
Actually, one thing we need to do, whether it be Barbara Goodson or who was it, Carla Perez, who plays Rita in real life?
Carla
Perez,
live
yes.
action?
Yeah.
We need to just walk up to one of them one time and just hand them some Excedrin. Here you go. Heard you had a headache. Here you go.
Yeah, that's a first-person Matty waiting to happen.
Oh, Jesus.
Wants to make a
that new
Walgreens
phone
run.
that goes to 4K, we might actually get to do that.
Oh, God. Anyway, so that's the Morphicon news. Quite a wave of announcements there. Hopefully you guys had fun with that. But we're not done. We are not done because that's only for Morphicon. We have at least one more to announce because it's time for the Ranger Stop update. And there's only one way I can introduce this guest. Because for us, I've got to pull a Hamilton here. Because everyone rise up. Here comes the General, Yoshi Sudarso!
You can't hear it because it's obviously a visual guy, but I'm saluting the man, by the way.
Yes. And he's a legit guest this time, not a surprise.
Yeah.
I'll never forget the first Ranger Stop he attended, and yes, he has been at Ranger Stop before this. He's not a first timer. We actually had to keep that secret.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
that was
we
so
We were
hard
privy to
keep
knowledge you did not know about.
Oh,
That
ladies
was
and
so
gentlemen.
hard to keep quiet about. You had no idea.
I guess we can let the cat out of the bag now.
Yeah, well, at this point, yeah, this is a shoot. We knew, I would like to say 2 months in advance?
If not
A couple
more.
months.
Quite
A couple
few months
months.
in
If not
advance.
more?
And for us to have to keep that quiet for so long, that was twice in a row they did that too, because the year before, we had learned that Austin St. John was coming for the first time, and we had to keep quiet about that. So 2 years in a row, we had to keep our mouths shut to have a secret guest that hadn't been announced yet. And for Yoshi, we had to wait till the con because he was not going to get announced at all.
He was an unofficial guest.
Yeah. Yeah, he basically had to pull Xavier Woods and sneak in.
Oh, but DL Bod's got a good point. If we've got Yoshi, we got to get his brother.
That's true. That's true. We need to get
his
the brothers Sudarso.
Yes.
We need the brothers Sudarso.
We got one Hyperforce Ranger. We need to get his leader. We need to get the red.
We need the red. We need well, maybe not the red, but actually you need the other blue guy.
The blue guys.
That blue
And
guys.
you get the Dino blue guy, you get the Ninja blue guy who happens to be the one guy who can't roll, who keeps rolling ones.
Yes.
Captain Uno.
Oh.
By the way,
Wait, Matty.
Mike, you and I are filming a first-person Matty that year, and you are going to hug. If this actually happens, you are hugging Peter Sudarso.
No, I got a better idea. We get those two in a room. Dice roll challenge.
Yes.
Oh God.
Hang on, Matty. I got something to add to that. It's like he keeps rolling ones. Wait, do you mean Hyperforce or Ninja Steel? Because his magic is yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah.
But still, just having Yoshi. And this year, we could actually get an interview with this guy. Something we weren't allowed to do last time.
It's very true.
I think we're going to be fighting over that one, boys.
Yeah, this
Might have to settle this in air hockey.
we might have to. We may have to.
Yep. Well, sure as hell ain't settling it in Mario Kart, you fucking cheater.
hey, I didn't fucking cheat. I just whooped y'all asses. Don't even get me started.
Obole. Bole.
Oh, God.
Don't hate me because I'm good, brother.
Oh, there's a big part of me that wishes Yondu hadn't done what he did in the last Guardians movie.
Oh, don't remind me.
Oh.
And then he'd be in the Infinity War coming up. Speaking of wars.
Oh, yeah.
I guess it's time. I guess we've put off the inevitable.
Yeah.
So let's see what we got here. Oh, Web War. So this is going to be a war of webs. Jack Webb, Charlotte's Web, Mark Webb, the guy who directed the Amazing Spider-Man, the Tholian Web from Star Trek. What other?
Webinar.
Yep. The World Wide Web. What other webs? Webhead. Yeah. Look at you folks.
Okay, who put WCW's Arachnoman in there? Get out.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go. Deal about Madam Web.
Madam Web.
Yeah.
Madam Web. There you go. Yeah. So the lucky few of you who I thank you didn't blow us off to go watch Infinity War. All 5 of you that are in the chat right now.
We got 17 viewers right now.
Wow.
We have an audience. Well,
lucky you. We're actually going to blow off Infinity War, at least for one night, and watch Web War. Yeah! Dun, 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 dun. Is this the one where Olympius tries to get all the Infinity Stones? Is this the one where Carter might die? There's rumors going around.
This is where Thanos shows up. He's got the gauntlet. He raises it. And it's Jim Ross over the PA. Yes, indeed. Thanos is standing on Stone Cold's planet. I go into a Stone Cold promo, but we got a show to do.
Yeah. Speaking of, let's get to that. Now, I don't have the timer.
Believe me.
Anyway.
I had to fight every fiber of my being to not do the John Cena gag.
Anyway, I don't have the timer up, by the way, because I'm doing this off of Netflix, and I can't keep the timer on screen with that piece of shit player. So, you're just going to have to make sure you follow your timing on me on this one. But that also means that I'm doing this legit, so you should be too. So I can actually say this.
If you got your DVD, skip the preview, go to 32 or 33 seconds.
Yeah, it should be right before the cold open. Anyway, let's get to that. Now I can actually say this without easy laughing this time, because for once, this is actually true. Hopefully you have your episode loaded up from whatever legal resources available to you. Let's get this
Netflix then.
Yes. That's what I'm using. Yeah, we can say that. Anyway, let's get this started. Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue, episode 35, Web War. In 3, 2, 1, play.
Ooh, nice air there by Carter Grayson in the very beginning there.
Get your motor running, head out on the highway.
Hey, Doc, that's not how you hold the headset. Again, not how you hold the headset.
Shouldn't he also be doing the do?
Or, chewing on juicy fruit.
Yep.
Oh!
Ooh, pulls a little bit to the left, actually.
Oh! Hey, calm down, Carter. It's not like this is a Kalish series.
Ooh. Okay, I swear to God, she says prototype again, I will yell out John Cena.
No.
Beat me to it. Here goes nothing, and by nothing, I mean this won't work until we can get it to work at the last 5 minutes of the episode.
One is more... Oh, my God.
Oh, God, I think I ruptured a lung. I'm coughing up blood.
See, that's what happens when your machine turns into Dave Chappelle.
Well, you know what they did wrong, right? He wasn't morphed. How did he expect to take that thing full force without his morph suit to protect him?
Also, next time, can we use a crash dummy that's voiced by Garfield instead of this? Instead of me?
Ooh, yeah. Ah, there you go.
These are professional dummies. Do not attempt this at home.
By the way, theme song for the win.
Yep.
Yeah, you know what? Looking back, I kind of regret putting this so low on my on our top 15 Power Rangers theme songs list.
It grows on you.
It
does.
To be fair, I think that whole list needs to be updated because we were way off on our calls there.
Also, the show was inventive that it used the full names of the team. I wish more shows would do that. So you don't have to go hunting for their last names throughout episodes. Or rely on a wiki.
Yeah, absolutely. Solar Star, you realize this wasn't a Wasserman opening.
Nope. Meanwhile, in Ronnie James Dio's summer home.
Meanwhile, at the Temple of Doom.
Arachnor, wasn't he a He-Man toy? They all ended with Or. Stinkor, Buzzor, Skeletor.
Unless, of course, your name was Beastman.
Well, that...
of course, yeah.
Well, it was or man. Those are the only two options you really had. They weren't going to go with Seaman, but they didn't want kids running around saying seaman. On one condition, Diabolico. Do I get a cool Iron Spider suit? Wrong franchise. Crap.
Oh, somebody's pissed.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, it's just styrofoam. No big deal. Ooh, I'll go get some marshmallows.
That is not styrofoam.
Yep. Ooh, we built a fire. Let's get some marshmallows. Look at that. It reads, some pig.
That's one big-ass pig.
And
I wouldn't be worried about the monster at this point.
Also, ladies and gentlemen, the Batlings. Probably some of the most stupid-looking mooks in the entire franchise, even with the future ones coming.
Yep. Also, Charlotte's gone rogue. They found out they were going to...
Charlotte turned heel.
Yep.
Unlike some people who refuse, some Aquaman-looking motherfuckers refuse to do so.
As I was saying, it's like Charlotte found out they were going to kill off her character in the book, and she decided to go rogue.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, they broke the cardinal rule: never go for the finisher early. God damn it! You guys should know by now.
How did you move a web that fast?
Hey, I teleported here. It's impressive.
Well, at least that thing's not from the horrors of Spider Island. Count your blessings. How do we fight a giant spider? With a really big fly swatter.
That or a big can of Raid.
Yep. Or just get Shauna to whack it.
Trust me, she wouldn't just whack that fucking thing.
By the way, Miss Fairweather, that bike better be fixed, and it better not explode this time.
Insert weird matrixy music for some reason.
Oh, please, no, my breasts are very sensitive.
Well, at least they didn't knock him on his ass this time.
Oh my God, you can actually hear the whop, whop, whop.
He can.
You can. Also, whoa!
See, who needs Infinity War when you got this? See, who needs Infinity War when you got this spider action?
Still needs more Tom Holland. Oh, no. You know what's missing? Venom.
Still better than Andrew Garfield. Ugh! Sorry, I still hate his Spider-Man. Twilight-looking motherfucker.
Oh, Jesus, yeah. And by work on it, as I put it together with duct tape, red-green style, until you morph.
All right, roll out the third motorcycle for him to crash. Thank God we have an endless budget from the government. Hey, if you had endless funding, you overbuild things too.
Don't think so.
Where do you think you're going?
I miss Speedy.
Me too. What are we gonna watch in between convention appearances? Aw, he fights, but he's secretly a collector, or she is.
Look at him. Look at him, that light jog. Must be a Casey Neistat-esque runner.
Yep. You know, Arachnor is like me when I spot Power Rangers figures at the local Walmart.
John, I hope to God Shauna's not here because, for God's sake, she'll want to shoot the TV.
She's napping right now. We're good.
Spider-Me does whatever a Spider-Me does. Oh God, this is that fake Halloween wedding. Ah, I'm allergic. Achoo!
You know, I just realized it's either that or silly string. I think they did the right choice here.
Yeah.
Also, is it just me or that sack of eggs has a nut sack?
I wasn't going to say anything, but yeah.
I just took a spider poop in your pocket. Have fun, bitch.
And I ate your combos. Also,
in your winning lottery ticket.
Also,
sucker.
Who puts a zipper pocket on the back of the coat? You have to take off your coat to get in that pocket.
The same person who probably takes three $10 million motorcycles to get the prototype right.
Seriously, Carter, it's the late 90s, early 2000s. Wear a fanny pack like every other guy did back then.
Yeah, it worked for The Rock.
Exactly. Hey, Deb, big favor. Can you do the Lightspeed thing? Thanks.
That said, who invited Randy Marsh in here?
Oh, poor stunt man.
Hey, I don't remember inviting my grandma. Oh, wait a minute.
Still, you could argue this is a better movie than the giant spider invasion.
That is very true.
That's when they found out the calls were coming from inside the house. Mother.
Carla Grayson
exactly
as
where
Indiana Jones.
Hey, I only get to make this joke once. Katana went this way. I can smell her perfume. Never mind. You ruined it.
I ruined it. Sorry.
Is this where the giant spider gremlin from Gremlins 2 shows up? And Gizmo shoots it with a flaming arrow? Because that'd actually be kind of cool. Key card? What is this? Doom? Now that some time's gone by and that Joel has been assimilated into a spider sec, you want to go out? Bad timing. Thank God. The key card to the facility where the motorcycles don't blow up.
Why did it take her this long to give me this damn card?
It's a new carburetor.
Bike.
Oh, carburetor for the bike.
Yeah. And now, Cheesy Rider. And no, I'm not talking about my shitty reviews. Hey, no driving that in the house, young man. You take that outside. Oh, you left skid marks all over that. Oh, you are going to get it, mister.
I do what I want. I'm the only guy left the base.
Okay, it's time to stop Arachnor, but first, an Arby's run. Oh, look, she's trying to act. It's cute.
I know, right?
She thinks she's people.
Keep rolling, 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 rolling.
Sorry, we're gonna commandeer your vehicle.
Get out.
You couldn't have done that any better. Well, I'm pretty sure Jennifer Yen had fun driving that thing. Oh, who am I kidding? It's a stunt person. Actually, I should have asked her about that last Morphicon. I know we joke about it a lot, but she's a real sweetheart in real life.
She is.
She was nice enough to do that plug for us. I'm at crotch level. I don't want to be down here. Thanks for the buffalo shot.
Who?
We did not need that shot upside of Red Ranger's hole. Please, never do that again.
Also, I feel bad for Lightspeed Rescue because they're going to have to pay the shit out of it for replacing those cars that got destroyed.
And their insurance premiums just went up for those poor people who own those things. And, another one. God, you guys destroy more cars than Mayhem does in Allstate commercials. What's wrong with you?
You know what? My father and sister work in the insurance industry. They just saw their job being secure for the next 5 years. They needed around with a full propane tank ready to blow up in their car. Seriously.
Well, they needed to remodel.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh no, not that Vipari. That's such a commodity. It's such a wanted toy. Oh, who am I kidding? It's just a repainted Silver Ranger. Dune buggy. Yeah, he caused major damage and caused many vehicles to blow up. Yay! Wow, good thing the motorcycle's psychic.
It's got super scanning technology. When the hell did you invent that? Don't question it.
Seriously, this is what, 2001? That must have been a hell of a lot of good internet right back then. Oh, wait.
Are you kidding me? They didn't have Wi-Fi back then. Maybe that thing has a built-in modem. I don't know. But all the wire you'd have to drag around, is it worth it?
Probably not.
This is the second most disturbing spider encounter that a Power Ranger has ever had. The first one is the one with that. The first spider encounter that a Ranger had with this is that Spider movie that starred Amy Jo Johnson. Ow! Oh! Ow! Right on my face! Ow!
Ow, my ass!
Oh!
I broke my leg, you moron!
Haha! Your crappy CGI lasers have no power over me. Acton, you're the man.
Did we just turn Carter Grayson into Acton from Star Crash?
Yep.
Fuck yes!
Well, he just blasted laser beams away like they were nothing, so you got a better excuse. I'd like to hear it.
I am not about to complain.
All right, Dr. Fairweather, I just saved your ass. Now, how about that date?
Oh, Joe. It's Joel. Oh, Joel. Wire foo. Attack.
And look, motorcycle foo.
Yep. Didn't Evil Knievel do this jump with a giant spider over, what was it, River Canyon?
Wow. They just got away with the most plain wire ever.
Please don't blow up. Please don't blow up. Please don't blow up. Please don't blow up. Please don't blow up.
Oh, God, it's about to blow up.
Actually, he just had a Drax moment from Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Ah! My nipples! And now for the epic Lightspeed Rescue Red Armor and... No, seriously, where's the real Battleizer? Where's the real Battleizer?
Hi, Dog Armor from Mega Man 6. I miss you.
This is making some of the armor in Mega Man 7 look good. And that game was shit. Oh, she does have an Iron Spider suit, but it just sucks. It's paranoia programmed.
What do you expect?
Or it's using Windows ME. Oh,
also using the wheels as a weapon. Shakariki Sports!
or drive type speed. Now, why didn't you just use the giant cannon in the first place? That's right, kids. My armor shoots wheels. Yours for $29.99 at your local Toys R Us. Oh, wait, they're all closed. Never mind. Well, except in Canada. Oh, hi, Miss Clinton. Nice to see you. Actually, I'm pretty sure that's what Little Ghoul from Beetleborgs Metallics really looks like under that hood.
Oh, yeah.
It would explain so much.
Get out of the way, get out of the way, get out of the way. Oh, God, my foot.
This is cool. We should sell these bikes to those Ninja Rangers.
The hell?
That'd never work. Maybe the Wind Ninja Academy shopped at Lightspeed Rescue for bikes.
That would explain a few things.
And the Thunder Ninja Academy. You almost died and you have a rational fear of spiders. That's funny. Ooh, I think you triggered her, Carter.
Uh-oh.
Dude, if that was your wife, that's 5 months in the doghouse right there. Sure.
Well, you say that.
I think we should tell Carter about the thousands of little spider eggs that thing left in his pocket.
Nah. Hey, in this case, it's harmless, Rib.
Buy me. Buy me, 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 buy me. I'm pretty sure they took the. Pretty sure they resisted all temptation just to flash "buy this" over the screen when they're showing that
right.
bike.
They were thinking big neon sign, buy me, buy me.
I like Gokai Master's joke. Yeah, Pris from Bubblegum Crisis furiously calling her agent.
Yep. Yeah, I am.
Which Pris? Which one? From which Bubblegum Crisis? All of them.
Yeah, all of them. Also, I am so pissed off. My God, I'm mad. How come I didn't come up with that joke?
You can't win them all, my friend.
You're talking about the Bubblegum Crisis nut over here. Jeez. And Gokhan Master went the OVA. 2040 is better, but that's just me.
Agreed.
No, OVA is not a bad choice. Just saying. Whoo.
Oh, that just happened.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Indeed, it happened.
Well, I think we know what time it is. Matty, hit the button.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for your comments of the week. It gets on the mat. The link provided at the description in the twitch.tv panel. Right under the screen. You can scroll down. It's right there. Rules on screen. Opinions only. No news or full summaries. 2 questions only. No more than 2 or 3 questions per comment. No versus questions. 1 comment per episode. Keep your comments as brief as humanly possible. Of course, emails due at the beginning of the live episode, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. In this case, 2 weeks from now. John, I see 5 comments. Who's kicking us off?
That would be me, sir. I was actually just checking that while you were doing the opening. So I'll start us off here with Jonathan Johnson. Hey, Ranger Recappers, Jonathan here again, and I have good news and bad news, and more good news. Good news is that I lost 15 pounds in 8 months. Congratulations!
Thanks,
Congratulations.
Bad news is that my Loopy Kaiser got lost in the mail. But
Oh.
yeah, it sucked. But the better news is that he got his money back.
That's good to know.
That's good.
That's the best you can ask for.
How'd you drop the poundage? Have you been sweating to the O-Rangers? That O-Ranger aerobics, it does wonders for you, and it kills berserk robots.
There you go.
Hey, kills berserk robots and helps your cardio? That's a win-win, motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no kidding. I have nothing to say about the comic because I don't have it, so comment on it. So, question. Would you want Beast Morphers to have an American-made cockpit or the footage cockpit from Go Busters?
Footage.
Right. Footage would be preferred, but if you're going to do original cockpit footage, I have one favor to ask. Saban, Hasbro, Bandai, whoever, please do me one favor. Stop with the cockpit-only armors, please!
Please.
I'd like to believe that, but they probably won't because they can sell more toys like that. That's the only reason they do that stupid shit. And that's probably how they'd get around not having the buddy roids in the show. Hope to God I don't jinx it.
Remember this. Okay, and he's got one other question. What is the worst last-minute mech, like Kojiji Shi Voyager or whatever?
Ooh.
Last minute.
I don't think I can properly answer that, unfortunately.
I can't think of one that...
I'm just going to say Tackle Boy from O-Ranger. I hate to keep coming back to that, but he was only used twice, and in his second appearance, he was totally fucking useless. So I'm going to say Tackle Boy just for lack of anything else.
For lack of better, Megazord.
Yeah, that's just off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I would say Go Rotor GT, but he actually did something from Go Onger.
Yeah, even though they're very similar. You could tell that was inspired.
Yeah, but at least Go Rotor GT actually could join the team and fight in some episodes of Go Onger when they put an engine soul in him.
That's true. Anyway, that's it for Jonathan Johnson. Up next is Cure Crystal.
Well, this has been interestingly for me to say the least, but at least we got a classic episode. Did you know that the singer of the opening thing of Kamen Rider Ryuki is also the queen of Pokemon anime opening herself, as well as being the Japanese voice of Ash, aka Satoshi, Rika Matsumoto.
Yep, and I didn't bring this up in my review, but she's also the Yumaria's mom in Akiba Ranger.
Ah,
That's her? The
Mhm.
one with the... Nice.
yeah.
Yep.
I was actually just watching Deshinda's review of it, of Akiba Ranger, because he actually did that for April Fools, ripping you off blatantly.
Ouch.
Hey, but he actually did bring that up.
I skipped
Also-
it because it didn't have really any bearing on the story, so...
I will, however, say this to Deshinda. He's going through Black RX right now. He's actually did the first...
He's
his
doing
first
a
part is out.
remaster. He did it Black RX years ago. This is more of just a update and remaster to make it YouTube friendly.
God have mercy on your soul, because they sure as hell won't.
Mhm.
Oh, did I tell you guys this? That YouTube basically gave me a copyright strike on my review of Kong Skull Island, which has no video in it except the Zyuohger thing at the end. And it wasn't
Who
Toei.
gave you the strike?
It was manually detected by some asshat at Warner Brothers.
Well, then guess what? You can fight that fucking shit. You didn't use
Oh,
any
what's the
copyrighted footage.
point?
You have, yeah, that's beyond fair use. Fuck them. Fight that.
Yeah, dude, fight it.
Feel like I'm going in circles here, but moving on.
Anyway. Let's see. Questions 1. How would you feel if Tetsuo Kurata and Kejioba teamed up in a movie?
I think the universe would explode, and it would be awesome.
It would be
Gotcha.
it would be cool, but I don't see it happening. Mostly because, well, for those of you who don't know this, Tetsuo Kurata is actually a legitimate businessman off screen. He actually runs a successful chain of restaurants, and he only comes back for special occasions. I don't know where Superhero Tyson GP fits into that, but case in point.
Mm-hmm. Number 2,
nice,
what's the worst Kamen Rider belt?
Worst belt.
If we're talking strictly the belt in terms of functionality, I think I'm going to go with TJ Omega's opinion on this one. Ryuki.
I would agree with that. I mean, it's simplistic, but not very. Actually, I liked what Dragon Knight did with it. I like the turning buckle. That was actually a nice little add-on. Dragon Knight did more with that than Ryuki ever did. So you know what? I kind of agree with that. In other terms, it's still fucking hideous. I still hate it. The Forze belt. I will never like that belt.
Yeah,
It's overkill. And I know Forze, ha ha ha, 4 switches in there, but it's overkill.
it is, you know.
That's why I prefer Nadeshko's. Just 2 switches. It's painted. It looks better. I really wish they had come out with a Nadeshko version.
Yeah, number 3, who is the worst writer in Super Sentai / Kamen Rider? Oh,
Joji
boy.
Hanamura.
Wait, writer or writer?
Writer.
Yeah, I'd be inclined to agree with Yonimura. Well, he's had a few hits, but more misses than hits.
Hey, it's him
I
and
think
Shirakura that gave us the spring movies, so I think Yonemura
Yeah,
is
he
pretty much a
wrote-
given.
He wrote some interesting plot lines in Kabuto, which is still one of my favorites. I don't care what anyone says. But he also did write the that thing in O's that basically derailed the series. So yeah, that thing that did not need to be, i.e. the 1000th episode thing. So yeah, I'd say he definitely has more misses than hits. And I'm going to say Eno, just for the fact that he keeps killing women. Other than that, he's a superb writer. He just needs to get off his hatred of women.
Yeah, with Toshiki Ino, there's 2 things you can be guaranteed. Well, there's several things you can be guaranteed.
I was going to say.
Several. I think the big 3, though, is A, somebody's going to get thrown into a river of some kind. or any kind of body of water.
That's a given.
2, a woman of some kind is either get mistreated or flat out killed off.
Mm-hmm.
And 3, everyone's an asshole.
Oh yeah.
Dennis Leary song.
Now if he worked on those flaws, you know, I probably wouldn't hate him so much.
Yeah.
All that being said, next up, Die Hard Gamer.
Hey there, everybody. Die Hard here once again, and holy crap, the Lord Drakon arc of MMPR comic has been an absolute blast to read through. It was also very awesome to finally see the question that all of us had as kids regarding what would happen if Tommy chose not to join the team and decided to stay with Rita instead. Or to see it answered. To see that question answered, sorry. I just read that. Don't lie. You probably wondered what would have happened if things with Tommy ended up differently than they did at the end of Green with Evil miniseries at some point. He's not wrong.
No.
I'll not argue that. It has definitely been a breath of fresh air to actually read something with a fresh take on the original MMPR team, as well as something that you can actually tell was made with love and respect for the franchise, unlike with what Nickelodeon has been doing to Power Rangers in recent years.
Thank you.
Yep, preaching to the choir there, Die Hard. Kyle Higgins and the crew at Boom Studios have absolutely been killing it with the MMPR comics because unlike Nickelodeon and Saban, they have been taking the Power Rangers franchise in a direction that it hasn't been ever since later seasons of the original Saban era, and hopefully Power Rangers can go back to that if and when Hasbro buys the franchise from Saban. Hashtag save us Hasbro. Anyway, questions. Ooh, here's a good one for question 1. Why is Mystic Force such an underrated season, and why does it get such a bad rep? I think. Sorry.
I think that people mistakenly they hear that it's all about Nick, and in some regard it is, but I think what makes it an underrated show is that, like Time Force and In Space, it dared to go dark. People died. I mean, you can just watch the first episode to see the war. I mean, shit was going down. And when you see, I believe it's young Udana picking up the wands, and it's just like, whoa. I mean, you're like, holy shit. It's just like, and okay, and of course Dark Wish, which basically wiped out all magic, and it showed that really dark planet. And of course, and in such a contrast to Overdrive, we actually see the Mystic Force Rangers learning a lesson, realizing that they shouldn't take shortcuts in life, and they're rewarded. Unlike Overdrive, who just up and quit.
Like all of the shortcuts.
Yeah, but you know, when they're using magic to do all their chores for them, you know, they rely on it too much. And another thing I think that sets Mystic Force apart, well, I was going to say Korag, but well, everyone knows about Korag, so I'm going to say something a little different here. The team of Rangers is what sets this show apart. Not just Nick. I know he's the big main character and everything, but think about it. You got Chip. You got a fanboy, someone who's wanted to be a superhero, a guy who worships geekdom in all its forms, and now he's a Ranger. You got Vita, a Pink Ranger who doesn't like pink. I don't care what any of you say. That's groundbreaking.
Yeah.
She's like, why do I have to be pink? I mean, name one Ranger before or since that who's actually hated the color pink.
Seriously.
Now that was brilliant.
Matty, get a button ready because I gotta be the one to play devil's advocate here.
If I can find it, there we go.
Come on. Get in there. Go!
Thank you, Matty. Because while I definitely agree with Easy wholeheartedly, there's a lot of good in Mystic Force, and I definitely will never, ever call it a bad season by any stretch. When I really look back, I can see the flaws that might have turned a few people away. One, the whole need to be hip-hop. Well, they were trying to go full rap, which they did a season later, but that's beside the point. But their need to go rap kind of probably turned a few people away when Power Rangers has always been a rock-based series when it comes to music. That's a minor nitpick at best, admittedly. But a couple of the other bigger problems... Oh, hey! Justin going and I'm not even going to try to pronounce that full name, but Justin, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the madness. But anyway.
Thank you.
You know, there is that whole the whole focus on Nick by the end. I mean, I think it was good that they didn't focus the entire series that way. Like, they spent the first half of the series trying to build the team thing, and then at the halfway point, they kind of shifted it to Nick. But that might have affected it. But one of the other things that I think a lot of people don't talk about is the acting. Now, I'm not going to shit on anybody. This is not aimed at any one particular person, but I'll be honest, aside from a few of them, not all the actors were all that good, to be honest. I think the acting was, I wouldn't say completely bad, but it was a little dry. And I think that hurt the series quite a bit. I mean, a lot of the side characters were good. I mean, come on. I mean, Kelson Henderson is a freaking genius. And he is he's certainly to be praised. But a lot of the main cast was pretty bland.
That's fair. I think another thing that sets this show apart is that. I remember what it is now. I lost it for a second. The Sixth Ranger is not your typical Sixth Ranger. I love Solaris and I love Daggeron. And I love how he's totally different. Not totally different from his Sentai counterpart, but he's older and he's wiser, and he actually becomes a better teacher than the actual mentor on the show, Udana. I thought that was a stroke of genius because you always see Daggeron kind of takes over the mentor role for Udana when she's trying to piece back together what happened to her life. And I always thought that was clever. But one scene that always stuck out to me in Mystic Force that always clicked with me was Xander. Well, I know Xander's the goof, Plan Xander, hi, how you doing? I'm Xander, sort of thing. But that one speech he gives in that one episode, it's like, guys, when I got here, no one accepted me because of my accent. But you guys trusted me, you guys took me in, you became my friends, and I'll never forget that. That's what makes a team for me. It's it's the personal level.
Yeah, I definitely agree. The team dynamic was fantastic, and that was one of the things that kept me from hating it, was because they built that up early so that when they did shift the focus to Nick halfway through, it wasn't as infuriating as a lot of Sentai seasons have been lately.
Yep.
The other big nitpick I have to point out is not so much the constantly shifting villains, though that is definitely part of it, but the fact that because they kept changing villains, we never really got a good chance to connect with the villains. You know, you didn't get a chance to really learn their motives, learn what their personal agendas were, and some of them just came off super fucking bland, especially the 10 terrors.
Actually, I'm going to counter-argue that with the fact that I think Mystic Force actually might hold the record for most face turns from villainry. Because I remember the big mushroom guy, Matumbo.
Yeah.
Like, they wanted him to be the sacrificial lamb. And I think it was Matty or Vita, one of them, helped him turn good. Yeah.
It was Matty.
Helped him turn good. And what was her name? The Sphinx-looking chick? The smart one of the Tinder?
I can't remember.
Yeah, but anyway, she wanted to turn good too. She didn't like where the 10 Terrors was going at the time. And of course, even though I hate her guts, the whole storyline with Lily and Necroli turning good. So Mystic Force actually had a lot of turns.
It did, and I think that's what kept it from being like absolutely terrible. And apparently, I was mistaken; it was Vita that was the one that changed them. So that was my bad. Yeah, we know who we're talking about, though. Anyway, yeah, and a couple of them weren't too bad, but the first villain, the first general, I don't think was very good, and our final big bad was very fucking bland. There was nothing to him.
Yeah, he didn't have build up that.
Easy, you're Cyloning.
Yeah, just a little bit there.
Not on purpose.
I'm not saying it was.
Great. Now I forgot what I was gonna say.
Oh, there we go. You're back.
Oh, now I remember. Another thing that they didn't do in the Sentai that they did in Mystic Force that makes me love it is Nick gets corrupted in the end, and he becomes he takes his father's place basically. And that fight scene they have where they basically destroy Root Core, it's so good. I think it actually does a better job of expanding Lianbo's character than it did his counterpart.
Agree. And you know what? I'll throw you one better, because it did something that's very rarely brought up in Power Rangers. That heel turn, that brief heel turn for Nick, actually had consequences. Because think about what happened in the aftermath of that, where the people of the Force no longer trusted the Mystic Force after what Nick did. Mm-hmm. Even though it wasn't his fault, they no longer trusted. And it took Toby, of all people, to kind of bring them back.
And Phineas.
Yeah. Toby and Phineas.
Yeah, Phineas is also a good character. He's not as annoying as some other cronies or comedy reliefs played by Kelson Henderson. I think Phineas might be my favorite Kelson Henderson character next to Mick.
Yeah,
but
I would agree with that.
The whole thing is like you said, they turned the Power Rangers. The public was turned against the Rangers. Name me one other show that does that.
Yeah, Sentai does it a lot, but Power Rangers rarely does it.
So yeah, that took balls.
So I think that would be the reason. We've been on this way too long. We got to move on. We still got 2 more questions from Die Hard to answer. But that gives you an idea of where our mindset is on that. Anyway, number 2. Do you guys miss the old school practical effects that were used for Toku in the past and wish they would make a comeback in Kamen Rider and Sentai? Let me field this.
Yes and no.
Yeah, I think you and I are on the same page here. There are occasions where practical effects would work better, and they should use them there. However, there are times where practical effects in the past, you can tell that made it feel dated. And having CG effects isn't always a bad thing. That's something I think a lot of people think. It's like, oh, they use CG, it's stupid. No. The problem isn't that they use CG. The problem is that they use it too much. You need
I think the best example is you need a balance.
Yes.
For example, if you watch Terminator 2, it's a balance of both practical and CGI. You need a good balance of that.
Then we live in a day and age where CGI is expected. It's become the norm, whether we like it or not.
Yeah. You're not going to get rid of CG, but Matty, you took the words right out of my mouth. We need a balance between the two. You know, some explosions here and there, but not super big ones. God damn it, Mark Harris.
Yeah.
But
besides, CGI doesn't always look great. You don't believe me? Watch any Asylum film.
Yeah. There is a point where it's too much. But if you strike that balance between CG and practical, you can make an amazing show. And yeah, Solar Star with a perfect comment to add that. You can use CG to enhance practical effects. Have a good mix of the two. You know, but you know, it would be nice to see more practical effects, though. Considering the budget problems that most Toku shows have these days, I can see why they don't. But they could still get away with a few every once in a while. They'd cut their budget on stupid effects that they don't need. Again, fucking explosions everywhere. Something showing.
Actually, they could probably trim their budget by hundreds if they actually went back to using practicals.
Not everything, but I can see where you're getting at there, yeah.
Do we really need a CGI effect every time a fucking monster disappears? I mean, call me old-fashioned, but a crossfade would work just fine.
Yeah.
Or a jump cut. Like
or a jump cut, you know? Yeah. A jump cut with a nice boing sound effect. That's all you really need.
Yeah. Something simple. If you have to use CG, don't use too much. You don't need much. Anyway. Question number 3. Since you guys have a huge disdain for Shirakura and Yonemura, funny we brought them up already, what would you like to see happen to them, and do you think that Yonemura should stick to writing screenplays for anime, given his track record with the Taisen movies? All right. As far as what to do with them, this is tricky because, unfortunately, the only thing I can think of is you got to get rid of them. You got to get them out of that field because it's very clear that those two have failed as producer and writer. If Yonemura can do better with anime screenplays, by all means, let him stick to what he's good at. But honestly, as far as Shirakura goes, I honestly don't know what he could do. Because everything he touches just turns to shit.
This might be a case of Vince McMahon / Kevin Dunn. There's really no way to get rid of them.
And
Yeah.
unfortunately, their existence just is causing more problems than it solves. I mean, it's
I got nothing. You're saying what I'm let's say. So yeah.
Anyway, that's it for Die Hard. Up next is Solar Star.
Holy shit! It's finally my turn. Sorry, we took a long time with that last email.
That was a long one, I'll admit.
Solar Star here, and if MFPR truly had the kind of writing that Boom Studios have been giving it, it certainly would be far more memorable, and the casuals would have a more legitimate reason to praise the ever-living Fies out of it. Look on any non-Power Ranger forum or 90s nostalgic page, you'll always find someone saying the original is the best. Back then, I don't think our younger selves really care for the plot or minded the cast change. Complex storytelling on par with Batman the Animated Series and Gargoyles would have been truly awesome, though.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, obviously, like we've said before, one of the big reasons why it was as bad as it was back then was because, well, we didn't know nobody knew what we were doing. This was completely new territory. Nobody knew how to make this work.
In America, anyway.
It evolved kind of like a really cheesy wrestling storyline.
Yeah.
Especially the Zordon era, when you think about it.
Yeah.
First few seasons, it was the build-up. Zeo, even more build-up, but with more toys. And then there was that one cheesy part in Turbo where it's like, ooh, ah. And then we hit the Attitude Era, or in this case, In Space.
Yeah. I think by In Space, they had finally worked out all the kinks, figured out where they wanted to go, and ran with it. But unfortunately, because of that 90s nostalgia, the writers and producers have backslid into wanting to recreate that. And unfortunately, it's just failing miserably because we want more. And they're not willing to give it to us because they want to capture all those 90s fans who look at this new shows and think, oh, this is just shit.
That and they still have that 90s centric way of thinking that it's all toyetic. Toys first, second, as story second. That's the problem too.
You've been watching. I could tell you've been watching that Netflix show, like the Toys That Made Us.
Oh yeah. Actually, I'm jazzed for the new episodes that are coming out next month.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I think one of the big problems is that I think a lot of these producers don't realize that you want to sell the toys, that's fine. And I've said this many a times on Toku Riffs and here on Recap. You can make the show about the toys. You can shove these toys down our throats. But if you're going to do that, if you're going to shill all these toys, all you have to do is craft a story around them. You know, there's a reason we love Kamen Rider series like Gaim and X8 and Double, even though they shill the hell out of the toys that they create for them.
Hell, look at the recent Sentai, Lupin Ranger versus Pato Ranger. They work the toys into the plot line. They have to use the collectible gimmicks to open safes and to use their weapons. That's doing it properly.
Yeah. Make the toys part of the story and make the story good, and you will sell. I mean, Gaim's or X8's story is so good. I'm sitting here with several Gashats here at my table. That's how good it was. I don't buy Toku toys for series that were just about the toy sales. I buy the toys for seasons where the story was so good, I want to invest in these toys because looking at these Gashats reminds me of how good the story was for that season. Having that reminder of a great series that I loved is why I will put the money into them. And just like Riley points out in the chat, yeah, we have so many Lock Seeds and Gaia Memories and all these other toys because it reminds us of that great season that we bought these toys from.
Oh, by the way, hey, champ.
Hello.
Hello.
Actually, I think you just wrote a song. Gashats and Lock Seeds and rings. O's medals, Gaia memories, and such a decade. Cards and blah blah and da 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 da. These are a few of my favorite things. God damn it! I'm gonna have to write that into a song now.
Yes, I will help you with that. Anyway, we do have a question, so let's go ahead and do that, Matty.
Yeah, what was your impression of Zero Ranger when you first saw it?
Made me want to see more Toku, that's for damn sure.
Yeah, you were one of the you were the first of us to probably have watched it because you watched it during
I didn't watch the whole series per se. Again, I just saw some college students watching it, and the rest is history. But yeah, it definitely it made me want to see the rest.
Yeah, as for me, I came in later on. Like, my first actual viewing of Jew Ranger was pretty much when I got the DVDs from Sound Factory. My honest opinion, first time watching Jew Ranger, it just didn't click with me. Because by then, I'd already gotten used to so many other good Toku series, and that I could see the reason why Jew Ranger wasn't adapted directly.
I kind of get the same feeling. I obviously saw the first couple episodes when it was subbed at way long before the DVDs came out. We're talking about a decade before.
Yeah.
I saw the first episodes. Okay, that's cool. But the curiosity never went beyond the first episode. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Also, I didn't think of it much at the time until I eventually did my review, and our buddy Jonimus pointed this out in Henshin time. So that this was the first show to actually do something mystical with the storyline. I mean, you had all these storybook characters like gnomes and elves and unicorns and stuff like that, vampires, stuff like that. Stuff that hadn't really been attempted in Sentai before, because previously Sentai was all about military forces fighting creatures from beyond the stars. So, you know, for the time, this show was innovative. I don't think it's aged very well, but again, I look back at that and I think that really wouldn't have worked in Mighty Morphin. I think it's a good thing that they changed it to more dinosaur magic versus technology, teenage problems, etc., etc.
It happens.
Anyway, that's Solar Star. Next up, I believe, is our good friend DL Bot.
Yep, DL Bot is up last here. Hey, gang! I know that the last few weeks of riddles have been mad, but this time things have gotten much better since this week. We got riddle sign!
What?
Special thanks to Sayla for her help with one of the riddles, and tonight's keyword puzzle by giving me answers.
Okay, if you have to split the bragging rights with her then.
Yeah, you don't get to be cocky tonight. Anyway, this week's category, Kamen Rider. And I get to do this.
Come on. Hit the button.
Here we go.
Go for it.
All right. Number one. I was not usually the most helpful on the actual battlefield beforehand. My mind is always on the big picture, as well as my future. But despite that, given the suit I wore, you could say I was only second best. Who am I? Read that again while we wait here. I was not usually the most helpful on the actual battlefield beforehand. My mind is always on the big picture as well as my future. But despite that, given the suit I wore, you could say I was only second best. Who am I? Got a couple answers here and there, but nothing yet. Matty hit it. The correct answer, Maya, aka the second Siren from Kamen Rider Dragon Knight.
Oh, you mean the one that magically got powers and knew how to fight? Yeah, I still call bullshit on that.
Yeah.
Well, give Sailor some credit. That's a good one.
That was a good one.
You may brag, Sailor.
You may brag. You may dance along like Shane O'Mac.
Oh, God. Anyway, number 2. I used to be on top of the world. I had all I could want, but then it was all taken away from me. I have experienced the loss of someone I love, and sadly in the end, I could not be happy. Who am I?
Oh, that narrows it down. Someone losing someone in a Kamen Rider series? You can't swing a dead cat without hitting someone who lost someone.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Okay, I'll read that again. I used to be on top of the world. I had all I could want. But then it was all taken away from me. I've experienced the loss of someone I love, and sadly, in the end, I could not be happy. Who am I?
10 seconds.
Oh, I know. The fans who waste all their money on those toys.
Oh! Yep, time's up. The correct answer, Kamen Rider Emperor from Ryuki.
Okay, can we get off the Ryuki Dragon Knight thing? Because if you're doing all of them on that, I'm calling bullshit.
I can promise you this last one has nothing to do with Ryuki.
Oh, Kyo's still calling you out there. Oh, Lord. Hey, when you get a Toku gun blast up your ass, you know who to blame.
Yeah.
Besides, who said I was talking about any of you?
Ah.
Hey-oh.
All right, number 3. I am more than just a monster. In a way, I am another half of someone. And in another, you could say this. I have shown the perfect harmony between us. Who am I? Try to read that again because I know that sounded a little off. I am more than just a monster. In a way, I am another half of someone. And in another, you could say this. I have shown the perfect harmony between us. Who am I? I get the feeling no one's getting this one.
10 seconds, folks.
Three for three. The correct answer, the Axe Caliber from Kamen Rider Wizard. Remember that the weapon was gained when Haruto gained infinity, and the axe is essentially a weaponized form of the Dragon Phantom. All right. You know, I just want to know what time it is, because it's time for a keyword puzzle! You know the drill, it's a wild card. Basically, it has nothing to do with Kamen Rider. Outside of that, anything goes. So let's see if you guys can get this one. KY though. Archery. Legacy. Number.
Speaking of Archer, Matty, have you had a chance to catch the new episode or the new season?
No, I have not. I've not been able to catch up, but I've heard it's good.
Indeed it is. Actually, I watched it before we started.
Ah.
Oh, we got a winner!
Oh, winner, winner, turkey dinner.
We got a winner!
Cure Crystal! Jun Yabuki, aka the second Yellow 4 from Bioman!
Hello! And for those who need to connect the dots, she was an Olympic archer. She took on the legacy of the Senshi and became Yellow 4.
Oh!
I'd clap if I didn't have to hold this button down.
Nicely done, Cure Crystal! I was honestly surprised someone got that one.
That was a good one. I was about to say that's a good one, and then someone's been watching Bioman then.
Yeah. Props to you, sir.
I think we caught
And
DL.
DL's going, damn it!
No, not
think we
DL.
caught-
That was Sayla. She turned
Ooh,
that
then
one
we
in.
caught Sayla slipping. Could you put us in the player section, please?
Actually, no, to be fair, Sayla, that's a good one.
Yeah, that was legit a good one. You know what, Sayla? I suggest you keep working with DL Bot. Yours were good.
Yeah, we need a fresh take on this.
Yeah.
And DL Bot, don't act like you're Dan Carota after losing a life. Come on.
Don't be a sore loser.
Yeah, you know what? You tell Crystal not to rub it in. Pot and fucking kettle.
Now who's calling the kettle black?
Yeah. This coming from the guy who turns into Shin Dan Kuroto whenever he gets a perfect win. I'm sorry, but no. He gets bragging rights on that one.
What's the matter? You can dish it out, but you can't take it?
Oh, and he says he hasn't done that. Yeah, I was going to say I haven't had a chance to do any good ones recently, so I'm sorry. I still call BS.
Excuses.
Thank you. All right, Matty, I assume you have the button ready?
Oh, is it time for that?
It's time for that.
It's time for that button. All right, well, I have it ready.
All right, there we go. Now then, if you're fighting a robotic dragon that came from a green crystal that steals your Megazords, well, you're shaking hands with danger. Not bad, sir. Not bad. Anyway.
Not bad at all.
Matty, cue the music. Let's wrap this up.
Those were your comments of the week. You can send them at the link in the description below the screen on our Twitch channel. John, rules are on the screen. You tell them.
Indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Remember the rules. Opinions only. No news or full summaries. Toku questions only. No more than 2 to 3 questions per comment. No versus questions. 1 comment per episode. Keep your comments as brief as possible. And remember that all comments are due by the start of the live episode, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Anyway, that's going to do it for us here tonight, here on the Ranger Recap. Let's talk about what's happening the rest of this week here on RVTV. Tomorrow night, it's the WrestleCast. Join Matty here along with TWK as I talk about the wrestling news of the week and more of your emails and comments as well. So be sure to join them for that Friday.
I should probably mention, due to the fact that I am at work during Greatest Royal Rumble, don't expect a full comprehensive review. However, expect a full comprehensive review of Impact Redemption, which happened this Sunday, or this past Sunday. So there you go.
Yep. Greatest Royal Rumble will probably be next week's review.
If we feel like it, it is a very overexpensive house show.
We'll see.
Let's put it this way: Saudi Arabia blew about $100 to $200 million just to get the show. So,
yep, we shall see. Anyway, all of that tomorrow at 10. Saturday, it's the Helmsman with Tony Helms and the gang playing more games online with you. It's gonna be wild. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be nuts. So join them for that Saturday at 5. Sunday, Tokurist Live is finally back on the air. No more excuses, no more delays. And Easy, I know we haven't had a chance to tell you this, but I think this is appropriate. Sunday, 3 and 3.
After we've been no shows for the past 3 weeks, yeah.
Yep, so 3 and 3. Special start time, 6 p.m. Eastern.
Wait, we do a thing Sunday?
I
That's okay. I can just put off the review.
Oh.
It's all right. It's all right. I didn't want to get any editing done anyway.
Anyway, join us for that Sunday at 6. Monday, it's the Shades Plays over on my channel. Probably going to be doing more Mega Man 8-Bit Deathmatch because I found out there's a couple other people that are interested in joining me for that. So probably going to be doing that as well. So join us from online multiplayer action Monday at 8. Tuesday, it's Rift Down with TWK and the crew, checking out the latest SmackDown. And, of course, Let's Play with Lady K, also going on around 9 o'clock, playing more Ni no Kuni 2, provided, she can actually feel better. Of course, right now she's recovering from a bit of a tooth extraction. Been having a hard time talking, but she's getting better, so I think she might be up for that. So join her for that Tuesday at 9, Rift Down Tuesday at 8. Wednesday, Monk Minis. We're going to start up our next game. So a lot more TRPG action with me and Matty, along with Lady K, Mike Shell, Biohybrid, and of course, Meldrew the Monk. All of that happening Wednesday at 9. And of course, nothing going on next Thursday, but in 2 weeks' time, we'll have the next edition of the Ranger Recap, where we'll check another classic episode, and of course, more of your emails and comments. So be sure to join us for that as well, happening in 2 weeks from now, Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern, live here on RVTV. And of course, if you're enjoying tonight's show, make sure you give us a follow, and if you can, subscribe to get access to our exclusive Twitch emotes and our VIP Discord. I'm actually going to talk, and actually, if we get enough money, if we get any more donations in later, I might consider talking to our buddy Fighter Castle about making some truly exclusive Twitch emotes.
Ooh.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
We've been wanting to work with Kaos and the gang for a while too, so it's gonna be a nice way to get back together.
Yeah, might commission him to do some new emotes for us.
Funny you mentioned that, Shades, because I'm tapping the counter. Come on, go up. I think it's broken.
Yeah, but if you guys have any ideas for some custom emotes you'd like for us to put in there, let us know, and we'll see what we can put together. Anyway, in the meantime, Easy, do you got any jokes for us this week?
I found a couple biker jokes, given how many bikes we just saw crashed.
Oh, this ought to be good. Well, then, my friend, take us home.
All righty. Anyway, that's going to do it for the Ranger Recap until 2 weeks, because we're still doing classics. I'm Easy Rider, reminding you that as you walk down that road of life, hitchhike, it's faster. Bart!
Bart!
We're like this all the time. Anyway, did you guys hear about the police officer that pulled over 2 nuns riding on a motorcycle? He said to the rider, "Man, you know how slow you were going? Could you please drive faster?" And the nun says, "Oh, I saw the sign with the 21 on it and assumed the speed limit was 21 miles per hour." Then the police officer explains, no, ma'am, the speed limit is 80. The highway number is Interstate 21. Then the police officer looks at the passenger nun and sees she's shaking like a leaf on a tree. And he says, excuse me, sister, but what's wrong with this? What's wrong with her? What's wrong with your passenger? And the nun says, oh, that's probably because we just got off Highway 205.
Oh. I've heard that one before, but it's still hilarious.
Did you hear the guys about this rookie police officer who pulled a biker over for speeding and had the following exchange? The officer says, may I see your driver's license? The biker says, I don't have one. I had it suspended when I got my fifth DUI. And then the officer says, may I see your owner's card for this vehicle? The biker says, I can't. It's not my bike. I stole it. The officer says, the motorcycle's stolen? That's right. But come to think of it, I think I saw the owner's card in the tool bag when I was putting my gun in there. And the officer says, wait, there's a gun in this tool bag? The biker says, yes, sir. That's where I put it after I shot and killed the dude who owns the bike and stuffed the dope in the saddlebags. Officer, there's dope in the saddlebags? He says, yes, sir. Hearing this, the rookie immediately calls his captain. The biker was quickly surrounded by cops, and the captain approached the biker to handle this tense situation. Captain says, sir, may I see your license? Biker says, sure, here it is. It was valid. Captain says, whose motorcycle is this? The biker says, it's mine, officer. Here's the registration. Captain said, could you slowly open your tool bag so I could see if there's a gun in it? Biker says, yes, sir, there's no gun in there. Sure enough, there was nothing in the tool bag. Captain says, would you mind opening your saddlebags? I was told there were drugs in there. Biker says, no problem. Saddlebags are opening, no drugs. Captain, I don't understand it. The officer who stopped you said that you told him you didn't have a license, stole the motorcycle, had a gun in the tool bag, and there were drugs in the saddlebags. Biker says, yeah, I bet he told you I was speeding, too. And that's how you get out of a speeding ticket, folks. I'm Easy Rider reminding you that the fan sub will never die. We are your Ranger Recappers. We will see you in 2 weeks. And as always, help control the Ranger population. Steal your ninjas as soon as possible. And as always, may the power protect you. We'll see you.
Patreon donations. Donate today so you can keep these streams going. Also, thanks to Easy's patrons, including Chris Lee, Chris Rolls, Michael Antignano, Stephen Harris, Galen Hanna, Alonzo Tompkins, Anthony Guidman, Matthew Goling Long, Dino, and super shout out to Eric Vaughn and Shane Thompson for their support.
Soon you will all be powerful warriors. Who dares to intrude? Who dares to intrude?
Wanna pick up the temple?
Yeah!
Step into a Slim Jim!
Who dares to intrude?
Oh yeah!
Okay, can I ask everyone to please stop saying "oh no" in this courtroom? Because the Kool-Aid guy's gonna keep showing up.